how to properly warm up, or rather, rewarm Google Ads accounts to successfully launch ads for online casinos. Firstly, this is important because if you do a poor job of warming up, you'll face constant unpaid payments for suspicious transactions and frequent verification requests. To minimize this, it's essential to follow my formula. And guys, this is not rocket science. The formula is simple, just everyone is lazy to do it. The thinking process among the guys is as follows: that if we are in gray niches, then accordingly, we have such a thing as our cloaking. We have such a thing as inserting our black keywords. Accordingly, you cannot think about the concept of marketing. Accordingly, you cannot think about the concept of what user behavior is. And this is a big mistake. Therefore, now you can write down how we do it. You imitate user actions, no matter how simple it sounds, but I guarantee you, no one does this adequately, and then the guys are surprised why they got blocked or why they have verification issues, and so on. It's simple because Google Ads has a clear policy that states that a person cannot have more than one account in Google Ads. What can you do with this? Imitate user behavior. For example, I have 30 accounts, and if I do the same actions on these 30 accounts, my behavior pattern is easily read, and accordingly, these 30 accounts can be banned instantly. So imagine you are rewarming them. By the way, rewarming usually takes 3 to 4 days. And now I will tell you everything again. Don't rush. So, starting with the warm up, every time I log into an account, I take on the identity of another person and look at interests that I usually don't view. For example, if I watch marketing on one account, on the second account, I will go a little deeper. For example, performance marketing or something towards the brand, focusing not on getting deposits, but on telling everything. On the third account, for example, I might have the overall history of marketing, which could be one topic divided into many subtopics. And thus you can, for example, on 30 different accounts, imitate different people. And the percentage of your accounts being banned will decrease. Now let's move on to the formula itself. The first step is I log into the account and start browsing what interests me, which takes 10-15 minutes. On the second day, I log in and start entering the materials I viewed earlier either into ChatGPT or YouTube. The third and most important step, better write this down, I start warming up the card. That is, I link the card to my Google Pay, and then from Google Pay, I buy what I need. Mainly, this is a kind of cheap purchase. That's it. And on the same day or the next day, I log into the Google Ads account and start my warm-up campaign. By the way, the warm-up campaign can be anything. UAC, Google Display Network, YouTube, it doesn't matter what. There will be bans anyway. It's normal. It's important to learn to work with them. When one ban flies, it's okay. You write appeals until Google Ads just tells you that you can't write them anymore, and that's normal. Now moving on to the second important element, credit cards. What cards are best to use? Since I can afford to get those bins, cards that are not available to many people, I have no problems with this. If you have problems with this, I highly recommend focusing on absolutely any card, except those that are already overused. The term overused refers to bro cards. I do not recommend using bro cards right now because there is a chance that you will be endlessly banned and never get out of it. So, La Manche, Edpos, by Spanish, Choco, and many others you can use, or rather, you can use and see. So, the first 2 days, I remind you, we imitate user actions, just looking for what interests us. On the third day, we start linking our card to Google Pay, making a purchase, and after all this, we go to our Google Ads account, create our warm-up advertising campaign, and it will automatically ask to link the card. Now let's move on to the main stage, conclusions. That is doing a proper job. If you are given accounts, they are your expendables. Understand, the farmer's task is to make the account appear as if it is a real user. But if you immediately go in and start launching from scratch, guys, it will just be a ban. The issue is not with the expendables because, well, how much does one farmed account cost? 20, 30? Compared to how much money you earn, it's like pennies. But the point is that if you treat expendables like, yes, whatever, I'll buy more, you are not wasting money, you are wasting time. Understand? While you are just warming up, your competitor is already launching and collecting deposits from your people. And then it takes much more time to somehow compete with them because while you are weak, your opponent is growing. Therefore, it is very important to treat expendables normally and follow this formula that I described. Regarding cards, I also described this. And the bonus part is documents. For example, we have accounts, and I immediately say that there are several options for how to handle this. For example, I have a United States account, but I have Dutch bins. Okay, so I will need Dutch documents because my payment profile is under the Netherlands. For example, I have a UK account, but my cards are Romanian. Accordingly, I will need Romanian ID, And for obvious reasons, I will not show it. So you need to know where to buy all this. If you don't know where to buy it, I won't give you links, but I will tell you the direction to think about to find it. Because fake, so to speak, identities and real ones are the difference between your accounts working properly and just getting blocked.